You are now watching TV Killer, the hottest blogger, period.
Bring awareness to what's really going on and what she going through. But Nony, you taking it like this is Bigo. Girl, that's your daughter. This is real life. Y'all really need to sit down and speak to a counselor and see what's going on, because something not right. No shade. There go Nony. Nony dropped out the window. Let Nony up, sir.
Man, she's still over there trying to hold on them motherfucking rails and shit. Bitch, old French fry leg ass bitch. Your daughter gonna kill you now.
Let Big Mama talk first.
Red, the caller not lying. He did say that, and then he was trying to tell me, I'm not taking Nomi's side. I know, yes, I is. Why you got created you a profile? He wasn't trying to take Nomi's side. You trying to come in here and mix it up. But like I said, in a minute, Nomi and her daughter need to be in a 4x4 room because they both have to go to the crazy house.
Wow. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second on it. Hold on. Hey, I need y'all to get my gifts on up. Give me some more gifts. Give me some more gifts, cause it finna get hot up in this bitch. It finna get hot and heavy in here. Hold on now. Go ahead, call on the phone. Y'all throw me some gifts.
Wait.
Hey.
Don't let that toothpick leg disrespect you in your life. Don't let toothpick leg disrespect you, Ray.
Oh, she not finna disrespect me. Oh, we ain't picking no teeth today.
All right.
She ain't gonna disrespect me.
All
right. So first of all, commentary is funny as fuck because my legs are skinny. Okay, we know they're skinny, but I did not fall. Okay, let's get that straight.
I know you didn't fall, but we
Second of all,
go ahead.
Your theory about her coming back to kill me, it could be correct because see, that's what people don't understand. The way that we argue and how it gets heated, it could be fatal, and people don't understand that. What I don't understand is how people don't understand if it's so bad for her and the house is so bad, why don't she get a job and why don't she move? That's what I don't understand. If I'm mistreating her so bad and antagonizing her so bad, why? No, I'm not flipping it. I'm bringing something to light. If you're grown as fuck and you know how and you're motherfucking able-bodied, why can't you get out and get your own?
Okay,
I wouldn't well, hold on, Red. If it was me and I was living in those conditions, I would get out.
Right. But Nony, let's pause. All that do makes sense. And I said that too. But your daughter is there, right? And you know your daughter and the arguments that y'all been having and the fighting that y'all been doing, why do you continue to make it uncomfortable? Why?
Well,
Hold on. Let me finish first. Let me finish first. So you can understand what I want you to answer.
Go ahead.
Because this is my thing. I understand your daughter could go get somewhere to stay. I understand your daughter could go get a job. And I understand all of those. But your daughter is not, right? So you're in a position now. It's a situation that you need to deal with, right? And being that it could turn fatal, why don't you, as the parent, bow out gracefully?
I've done that.
Wait. It's not no win or lose when it comes to your loved ones.
Okay.
Because
So
let me finish. It's not win or lose with your loved ones. And I just had this talk with somebody else. The thing is, if somebody don't accept the fact and say, let me stop with the fighting. Let me stop trying to get even. Let me just be quiet and understand the situation. Let me curve and change a little bit to make this environment less hostile. You understand that? Because it's not a right or wrong when it comes to family member. If both of y'all keep trying to prove who's right or wrong, somebody gonna get hurt. And that's all jokes aside. Because this is your real life. And I'm not gonna torment your family like that. In your real life, I do joke and I talk shit. But on the real 100, if one of y'all don't bow out gracefully and you see it ain't gonna be her, somebody gonna get hurt.
Okay. Can I reply now? So you are correct, and what people don't understand, she stabbed me before. It's gotten to that where she stabbed me. I've punched her, as she was grown, not when she was little. So yeah, that is true. But what you don't understand is, I have bowed down gracefully. What happens is when I say no to something that she wants, that's when the videos start coming out. That's when she goes live, and that's when the chaos starts. See, I do understand that I can be petty because I can be petty and she can be petty too, and we are just alike. And that's why it's so explosive, and that's why it's like oil and water, because we are just alike. Okay? I understand that. So this is the deal. I this morning, just a few minutes ago, I asked if I could talk to her, right? Because I was going to seriously talk to her and say, hey, look, all this shit we doing, it's got to stop. You feel me? First of all, it's got to stop because, my father, if I go to jail for something, he's going to worry because I'm the only one that he trusts. Regardless of what anybody thinks, he don't trust nobody else but me. I wouldn't want to put him in that position. You understand? And us arguing every day, that's his granddaughter, I'm his daughter. That's not cool. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know it's not cool. But at the same time, two people have to be willing, Red. If I'm saying, okay, fuck it, you do understand I work every day from 5 to motherfucking 1:30. I'm off this weekend. That's why I'm off now. So that's time away from her. When I come home, I don't say anything to Jordana. I go straight upstairs. That's it. It's when I don't give her or let her do what she wants. This time it started off with her not using the car. So she started making videos. Then after she didn't get to use the car, it started with the pots and pans that I hid from her. Then she hid my pillows. Then she hid. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. This, it just was petty shit that we was doing, and it went from there. Now, as far I wanted to reply to the girl that got up here and talked about Keyron saying that she touched on little kids. Now, regardless of her saying that I raped a 15-year-old, I would never want somebody to say that about somebody. That's why I told him to go back over there and correct that because it was wrong as fuck. They get into it. She don't get along with nobody in the family. Nobody.
Okay.
No.
Let me give you an example, Nony. Let me give you an example. And I'm gonna give you a personal example. Me and my son just alike. We could come together one sometime and we're gonna bump heads. He gonna keep going because he be trying to get his thought out, and I keep going and I try to get my thoughts out. We 2 days apart. We the same sign. We everything, right? He me time 10 because he got his daddy in him too, right? So I get to the point and I say, I'm your fucking mother. Get some respect with yourself. All of that, right? But
Right.
we at our high end. Just how y'all see me explode on here when I get mad. My son
Right.
the same way, right? I had to learn how to deal and gain a relationship with my son. When he get upset and things going on or whatever, after I don't say what I said, I stop talking.
Right.
I don't have nothing else to say. I remove myself from the environment, right?
Right.
Then he will call me and then he'll come back regular and he act like, Mom, can't keep Mom. I need you to do this. No, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Then he get to the point, he don't want to call me, he don't want to talk to me. He have an attitude, right? I
Mm-hmm.
let that time go past. And then I would send a text random to my son. Listen, son, I love you. I'm your mother, and I know you going through something. I'm not going to take the abuse from you. I'm not going to take what you're going through with me. I'm going to
Right.
always love you, but I will love you from a distance until you get your aura right. Right?
Right.
So I had
Right.
to tell my son, right? And when he needed me at his lowest, he
Mm-hmm.
was going through his little things, I had to ice him for a little while. I
Right.
can't help you, son. Call the other people. Call the people that you favorite more. Call the people that you understand, right? To the point that I had to have a conversation with my son. I said, son, tell me what the real problem is. And we didn't have this conversation when we was arguing with each other. It
Right.
was when we was on good terms.
Right.
Tell me deep down what is the problem. My son was holding anger against me from my ex-husband. My ex-husband whooped him when we first started going together. I told my ex-husband to whoop him because he skipped school and he went with some people that I didn't know was gone all day. So I told my ex-husband, whoop my son. I said, because my little whoopings, it ain't getting his attention. But he whooped my son more than what I would have whooped him. And that
Right.
does something to my son. Right?
Right.
Even though the way my son told the story wasn't the way I felt the story was, and
Mm-hmm.
the tent that my son took from what he did wasn't a tent that what I was doing, instead of me telling him, son, you a motherfucking lie, that didn't happen that way, I had to tell my son, I'm so sorry. I had to tell him, son, I'm sorry you feel like that. I said, I did not know you was carrying that burden. I said, mom thought she was doing something to save you. Mom was trying to keep you from me getting a phone call, you laying out there in the streets dead because a nigga shot you and I don't even know the people that you hanging out with. I said,
Right.
mom had to make a decision that you don't understand right now. I said, but deep down, mama's sorry. I said, I'm so sorry, son. I said, that man was not trying to hurt you like that. That man loved you to death. I said, even though I divorced him and he had his ways, how he talked and handled y'all, that man still loved y'all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I had to
Right.
have that talk with my child. And I had to understand my child hurt. You understand
Right.
that? And
Right.
after I acknowledged that and I told him I'm so sorry, that's how me and my son got past our disputes. That's how we
Right.
got past the arguments. It's the problem that whatever happened with Jordana when she was young, you gonna have to accept it. Whether you feel you right, wrong, or different. You're gonna have to accept it because you're the parent. And you have to hone it up because as us as the parent, our job is to protect our children and make sure our children don't hurt for nothing. And if they grow any hurt in their heart, it's our job to find a way to fix it. It's our job to make that relationship between us right. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what I feel like when you're going wrong with Joanna. You ain't hearing her.
Red, let me ask you a question though. I'm taking it everything you're saying, right? Everything, and you are correct about what you're saying. Okay, you giving good advice, but I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you watch last night when the police came?
No, I was in the bed sleep. I only saw the beginning of that live.
All right. So the police came last night because, Keyron and her were talking, right? Keyron was over on the couch. I was way over on the other couch. So the police came and said that me and Keyron was in an altercation, which was untrue. Well, when the police got there and asked Jordana if she was okay or whatever, she said to the policeman that I was chasing her around the house, me and Keyron, trying to harm her. I never moved. See, it's lies like that that are dangerous. Like you set up and lie to the policeman like that, knowing you aren't in any danger. That it's shit like that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's shit like that. But I understand what you're saying. But as far as us living together, right now the shit is just is explosive. Now I'm not saying, and see, a lot of people think that I'm just like deflecting from what Jordana's saying that happened. No, I'm not saying that some of the stuff that Jordana said is not true. I'm not saying that I was the greatest mother. I actually have two intelligent, good kids that have never went to prison, you know what I'm saying, and really don't have any type of record. So I'm proud of that. I got a son and I got a daughter. So I've never faltered from that. You understand what I'm saying? And I've never said I love Jordana, because I do. I love her. I love her to death. It's just that we are oil and water. And when we are in the same space, like just not even like a couple weeks ago, we went to the movies together, had a good time, watched Color Purple, talked, came home. Now, I think that that probably should have been the place where I should have said something to her about what she heard about and how she felt and how we can fix it. But we also had a talk before that, and we both cried and we said that we was tired and we was going to try to fix it. We've done this several times and it always ends up back in the same place.
But listen, on everything that you said and all the things you bringing up is valid. But until y'all unravel the hurt, until the acknowledgement is known, and people accept the different things that don't happen, that's down in her heart, that's hurting her, little shit gonna keep coming up. Petty shit gonna keep happening. Y'all gonna have good days, and then the bad days gonna come again, because y'all ain't doing but putting band-aids on it. It's no acknowledgement of what really, like, even though y'all don't have this serious talk, it ain't had enough that she felt that her mom got an understanding of the hurt, and then healing gotta start. I cried with my son. I told him, baby, no, that wasn't no hurt that we was trying to put on you. You know what I'm saying? But not one time I told him you wrong for feeling like that. I said, son, I want you to get past this. I want you to get over this, because things like that was affecting his real life. It was affecting things that he was doing, getting in trouble, things, decisions that he was making. He was making comments like, nobody don't love me in the family. Everybody just throw me away. No, nobody don't throw you away. You making bad decisions, sons. And I don't understand why you making these bad decisions. Help me understand. I can't condone you when you do this, but you got to tell me why your life is so messed up. What is it that why we can't talk regular? You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
had to get to the bottom of it. And I had to accept my accountability for it. And
Right.
until that point happened, the pettiness gonna continue.
Well, honestly, Red, I think we both need therapy. Like I said last night, I need a personal, she needs a personal, and then we need one together. We need a mediator, because, and I pray that this time, if we do counseling, that it works out. I know when she was younger, and she was about 17, and we tried to do it, it didn't work. Either I walked out or she walked out. It just got really heated and it didn't work. But I honestly, yes, because I also have, trauma. And I've said this over and over again. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that, hey, I gave Jordana just all the love I could give her. At a point when Jordana got older, like about 13 or 14, that's where I feel like the separation begun. And I feel like it was passed down, because me and my mom, we weren't really close. I love my mama, but we weren't close. You know what I'm saying? And it was, like I said, I was molested, and my mom and dad didn't believe me at the time. So that was trauma for me. You understand what I'm saying? And I was devastated by that, because I'm like, damn, how could you not, believe your daughter? Because I waited till I was 20 to even tell anybody.
Yeah.
it was something I held inside. So I feel like I passed that generational curse down to Jordana, and that's the reason why we are the way we are.
And it's
I'm not gonna.
valid what she's saying. It's valid, y'all, what she's saying. Noni, my advice to you, you start the counseling first. Because
Yeah,
you need to start first. You know why? Because you need to get healing from your hurt. That
right,
counselor will show you healing from your hurt and get you past your trauma first. And once your trauma get healed, you will understand how to deal with your daughter trauma, because you don't know how to deal with your daughter trauma because you ain't dealt with your trauma right. You understand that? You gotta accept all the different things that you are holding in your heart right now. But I will tell you too, when you go to that counselor, your counselor gonna tell you it's not who's right and who's wrong. Because if both of y'all still trying to get a right and a wrong and nobody bow out gracefully, y'all never gonna get it right. You understand
right.
that? Sometimes we gotta just accept. We gotta accept and just say, hey, hey, she didn't know. Like with you, say your daughter, when it comes to your daughter, the hurt that you suffered and the love that you missed on the suffering that you endured with the abuse that you went through, you don't even know how to love your daughter and care for your daughter because nobody loved you and cared for you because you said your mom and daddy did not believe you. You understand that? So you don't know. You have lack of. You hear what I'm saying? You don't know how to care for her. You pushing her away just like your mom and daddy did you. You understand that? So you got to get your counseling first, and then you could be right to get counseling with her. Because if you go get counseling right now, it's not going to work. If you and her go sit in there and try to get counseling without you getting healed first, you're going to be objective. You're going to be argumentative. You're not going to understand because you got to heal first.
Right.
You understand that?
I agree. I just told you that. Did I just say that?
Yeah,
I
I'm
just,
just saying I want to
but
make sure that we coming
but
across well
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
coming across.
don't like people family like this. And I told
Yeah,
folks before I even played the video, I'm gonna play the video, but this is serious. It's
right.
disgusting. It is no reason people family should be aired out on this app like this. And and when I heard you say she grabbed your foot through the rail, I laughed, but in deep in my heart, I'm saying, my God, do not let this little girl kill her mama. You know what I'm saying? Because
But
of the anger and the pettiness that y'all doing, y'all about to drive each other in a fucking grave. And if
yeah,
one of y'all don't step back and be grown and take the necessary steps over there, somebody gonna be in a grave early.
absolutely. But see, this is the thing that the objective of her is to she get me to put my hands on her so she can send me to jail. That's the objective. So that's the reason why I don't react when she's trying to be physical or when she touched my foot or pushed my foot or pinched my foot, whatever. I don't react because I know that that is the objective. You feel me? But I agree, and I also, like last night when I lined with Brandon, she has to also go and get herself together. Jordana has been diagnosed. I don't know how many times I have to tell people. Her father had a trace of schizophrenia. Her auntie had it. She killed herself. Jumped off a bridge, and her own brother killed his own cousin. So it's on her daddy's side. I want everybody to understand it because I heard somebody last night say that my family side has issues. Now they do. And I don't know, but it's not that deep like that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that my parents didn't love me, Red, because they did the best that they could. And they didn't really push me away, but they did push me away when it came to that subject right there. See, the man was my aunt's husband. So he was my uncle, right? And they real cool with my uncle and of course my aunt. So at the time, you know, when I told it, I was 20 and I kind of blurted it out in front of everybody at a Christmas party. That's what happened. And, you know, my mom, she was upset about it, saying I shouldn't have said it, blah, blah, blah. But probably 2 years before she passed away, she called me and said, I believe you. She said, I'm sorry. I believe you. But see, my mama, let me just get into this. Why I'm telling y'all this is generational curse. My mama was molested. And you know, back in the day when they were somebody touched them or whatever, it was, you know, you were to hush up about it and just go on about it. And that's the way she felt like I should have done when I told her.
But that's this right here is the main reason why you saying Joanna and all of this, get your ass in counseling because you don't realize still you was lack of love. Your mama didn't know how to love you and help you get through the hurt and the things that you experienced. No matter what relationship she had with the uncle and all that, you was her child and you got molested. You're broken and you lost and you don't know because you accepting the same thing your mom gave because your mom wasn't loved by her mama and nobody didn't save her. So you really need to go get counseling so you can speak out all of this stuff and somebody that's non-biased is gonna tell you it's okay. Let that pain out because it ain't right. What you're saying, what your mama and daddy did and all that, and saying how you shouldn't have blurted out. Look, you blurted out how much ever you wanted to. That was your hurt. And somebody touched you at that Christmas party that was still there. And if you felt you needed to be there, you needed to be grabbed and hugged and loved. And whoever the fuck that man was should have been had his head knocked off and on the fucking pillow for you to felt that you was protected. And you didn't get that protection. You didn't get that love. You got excuses. You got other stuff to cover it up. And see, that's why you are coming on with your daughter with the excuses. You are talking about different mental illness and all of that, but that don't have nothing to do with the pain and suffering she enduring. You got to acknowledge it. You got to love. You got to say, I'm sorry. You didn't have to get that. That man shouldn't have touched you. You don't deserve that. You got to get that stuff. And if you don't go get counseling and understand that you was a victim of what your mama was able to help you with because you're giving it to your daughter.
I agree. I agree.
And it started with you got to go get it because if you don't go get it, you're not going to be right with the counseling session with your daughter, baby. You got to heal first. You got to heal first.
I agree. I'm not gonna argue with you. You are right, and I have had a little bit of counseling before. Actually, we had counseling together, but like I said, I had it by myself, but I didn't, you know, just go through it. It was brief, but I agree, and I've said this. I said that that's the reason why, you know, I couldn't give her that love because I didn't know how.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how. And it's crazy because, you know, my son, they like day and night. And my son, you know, he don't resent me like she do, but I do understand they different. So, you know, you're right. I can't, I'm not going to argue with you. The thing about me, and I've said this many times on my live, I'm an open book. Even though this stuff is on here and it's my real life, you know what I'm saying? And it's messed up that it's on here. I'm not embarrassed by any of it. People go through stuff in life and life is not perfect for everybody. So everybody's got some issues. You feel me? Um, so I'm not embarrassed by any of it. And I'm going to say that the points that you're given are very valid. And I totally agree. And like I said, on Monday, I will be calling so that, you know, I can set up counseling for myself. I can set up, you know, something to where I'm able to go and speak about what's going on so somebody can be, you know, that mediator to help me fix. I've already acknowledged that. It's because it's gotten to the point. It's gotten to that when I have to go and get a protection order on her, it's got to that point. You understand what I'm saying? And when we're arguing and upsetting daddy and, you know, making a big hurrah and stuff, it's got to that point. It was to that point before. You understand? But this time it's kind of different because I'm working, you know what I'm saying? And it's different. And when I come home, I be just wanting to relax. but it's something that she might have gotten upset about that day, or whatever. I don't. I believe that she thinks about things that she went through, and that's what makes her post and repost videos out of nowhere, right? Because I'm telling you, we have not had any issues for the past couple months. You haven't seen nothing. Have you seen anything on here since Tommy K covered the story? No, because we haven't had any issues. It all arrived when I told her she couldn't use the car. But the story is, what's crazy is the starter was out on the car, so she couldn't have used it even if I would have let her use it.
Yeah.
Understand? And then the video where she said I threw her food away intentionally. That I did not do that intentionally. I was cleaning out the refrigerator. I thought the onion was bad, so I threw it away. You know, and stuff like that. Like I did not, and I tried to tell her, hey, look, it wasn't intentional. But she feels like it was intentional. I think she feels like that when I do stuff, even though some stuff I do is petty, but when I do other stuff, it's always negative. It's never positive because she doesn't feel like I love her. That's what I know. She does not feel like I love her. And you know what's crazy? I don't feel like she loves me.
Right. And I think both of y'all love each other. That's why y'all trying to get each other attention. That's why need folks saying go apologize. No, don't apologize right now. Just like you said, go get your counseling, get understanding so that it could be a real healing with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Who said who said apologize? I
It was
just told you.
somebody down in the comments saying, go apologize,
I
go
just
apologize.
tried I
No, it don't
but I
need no
just
apology
tried
right now. It needs
but Red, I
her point.
hold on, Red. I just tried to even talk to her. It's not gonna work because last night and the last couple of days is heated. I actually did that on purpose to see if where we were at to see if I could even say anything to her. And no, it's too soon.
Yeah,
It's
y'all
too soon.
talking don't matter right now.
Right,
Right now, you got to go get your healing because it ain't gonna do but cycle back around. It's not gonna do but cycle back around because just much as she think of stuff, different things come up that might strike a mood, you do the same thing.
no, no, I don't. No, I don't take old stuff and throw it in her face like that on randomly. No. No, it be her, and that's why I say I believe that she thinks that everything I do for her is negative. Like I took her to the store. That's what really like got me with the whole throwing away her food. I took her to the store to get the food. I'm not gonna throw away her food knowing she gotta eat. That was not intentional. You understand what I'm saying? And it was one onion. Did you see the video?
No, I didn't. No.
It was one onion. It was a half of onion.
But Noni, check this out. Let me tell you something. Um, you could do something to me, right?
Right.
Come back in a couple of days and you could act like it never happened, right?
Right. Absolutely.
In my
Absolutely.
heart, I still remember what I'm
Uh-huh.
talking to you or not. You understand
Right.
that?
Right.
So that's the same thing with her. Even though you say you doing all these good gestures and she not feeling it and she not
Right.
because she still ain't got the healing from the hurt or acknowledgement from the hurt and you can't acknowledge it the right way because you're not there yet.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's
And
work.
that happens vice versa with both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like if she do something, nice, like just like the movies, like when we went to the movies and we was talking and enjoying the movie or whatever. But in the movie theater, we didn't even sit together. I was set up top and she sat down below. Then after I went to the bathroom, I came back and I sat beside her to watch the rest of the movie. But the conversation it was there, but it was limited. You understand? Because I think we both walk on eggshells when it comes to conversation and what to say and what not to say because we feel like if we say certain things it's going to start the argument, you know what I'm saying? So the conversation be really limited. It doesn't be like a mother-daughter type conversation, and at this point it's not a mother-daughter relationship. Somebody said in the comments and you're correct, it's not a mother-daughter relationship. What it is it's chaos and it's evilness and it's bad. That's what it is. It's demonized and it's bad. It's evil. I went yesterday and I got some holy oil and put it in the house and put it on every door. And look what happened yesterday. Look what happened yesterday.
Still, Nony, I hear you. But you're gonna have to let everything that's going on, you the parent, and you gotta accept it. Because it's some shit that you ain't acknowledging yet. It's some shit that you ain't doing yet. All that shit she doing, hey, it's gonna be more coming up. But you gonna have to take it until you fix you. Until you could come to your child the right way. Because me and my son, my brother will always say, what y'all argue about today? When I'm on my way to go to what y'all argue? Until I got that phone call and fixed what was going on with me and my son, it was no me and him talking. He did not have that respect for me. He lost the respect for me. He was angry at me. And she's angry at you. So all of this that you're going to talk about is going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening until
I,
you go and get your work. And then come with an open, true heart. You can't fake love. That's one thing people want to try to pretend, but you can't fake love. You got to go and really do the work. And it's going to
right.
start with you.
I
Not with
honestly, Red, and I think that it doesn't need to be like a therapist. It needs to be a pastor.
you. Need,
That's what I think.
you need to go to a
What
therapist. You need to go to a therapist. You don't need to go to no pastor. You need
I'm
to
saying, no,
go
no, no. I'm saying when me and her meet, when me and her get together, like pastors can be therapists too, Red.
I know pastors are therapists. They get the degrees too. But what I'm telling you is you need to go sit yourself on a freaking couch. Not no neighborhood pastor. Not nobody. No. Go sit yourself on the white people couch. Somebody that ain't part of nothing, that know nobody, know this, that, whatever. None of that town. Accept this bullshit. Go to the right folks. And you sit
Right.
on that couch and let them do some I had to be hypnosed and had like when I went to my counseling and different stuff, the pain and stuff that I had to understand what I was going through. You know what I had learned when I went to counseling? They done a hypnosis on me. Well, they put me to sleep, boom, boom, boom. The pain and hurt that I was hurting on so long, I was mad that my mom left me with my grandmother, even though my grandmama took care of us to the max. My
Right.
mom left us for a spirit of our life because my daddy beat her. And
Mm,
I still just didn't understand why my mama left us. And
mm,
it was to the point that it was affecting the type of men.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on,
All right,
Red.
hold on. Go right now. No, I do not. That can wait. It's not an emergency. Go wash your ass so we can get ready to go to get Kayla hair Ava done. We can get dressed. Okay? Listen.
Mm,
While I was going through that counseling, I had to understand why do I keep picking these ain't shit ass men, right? I had to
mm-hmm.
understand why I kept because the world ain't full of ain't shit men. It's just the people that you attract yourself and who you go to and the stuff that you accept this of. You understand that? I had to
Right.
learn that I accept people coming in and out of my life and people come buy a couple of things for me, that felt like love to me. Because my
Right.
mom would come in and out, show up on Christmas, show up on holidays, school get ready to start. She dropping clothes out, dropping bikes out. That was the way I thought love looked like. That's
Right.
why I came a victim of accepting that type of love. Buy me some gifts and drop it off. You understand
Right.
that?
Right.
Come
Yeah.
back, baby. That's the love that I was, that was the deep down hurt that I was holding. And then I had to understand my mom had to do what she did and the things that we are equipped with. And the thing, yeah, he over there. The things that we are equipped with in life and how it's easy for us to do things They didn't have it like that back in the days. And then
Right.
my mama didn't know how to do. My mama done the best she could. That was what right looked like for her. And I had to understand that. That's what
Right.
I had to process. And I had to understand that. I held that angry and I was so mad at my mama Blight about that. We used to argue. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, you didn't even raise us. You know what I'm saying? There was
Right.
stuff that I had to understand and I had to
Right.
go through
And
and
you
I had
know
to
what's crazy?
cook from it.
Sorry, Red. You know what's crazy? She feels like that, but I'm gonna be honest. Now, there was a period of time that they were with my mom, and my mom, she helped me take care of them, but I was there also. I lived with my mom, but there was times when I would leave and I would go out, or I'd leave and do stuff, right? So I believe that is some of her hurt also, because the things when she be bringing them up and I be listening, I know that that's one of them, right? So I do identify with what you just said, but I do got a question. Did the hypnosis, did it help you?
It helped me go have a conversation with my mom. And I had a
Okay.
conversation with my mom and I was telling her, you know, I asked her, I said, I told her about like the anger that I had and the things that I saw. And my mom broke it down and told me, your dad was stalking. Your dad was going to try to kill me. Your dad was blah, 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 blah. She said, I had no other way. I had to go to an undisclosed city. I had to
Right.
move away. You know, my mom had a talk. You know, my mom told me certain things. And I had to grab the understanding. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it fits me in my relationship with my mom. It did. It did.
Right.
And a lot of people that be in my thing, they'll heard me say, it's a lot of things that I wish me and my mom would have done together before she passed. But I was too busy holding so much anger around for her that I didn't even
Mm-hmm.
give my mama the chance to love me 100%. It's so much of my mama. My grandkids, my children got more from my mama than I got from my mama. Because
Mm.
I was too busy being angry. I was being
And,
too busy being hurt on some stuff. But it took me to be able to go to counseling, unlock that pain, talk to my mama, and me and my mama gained our relationship back, and we got that understanding, and boom, it went like that. But
right.
the
And see,
reason
that's what I
I
don't.
did it, but the reason I had to do it because it was my hurt and it was my thing.
Right.
With you,
Right.
both of y'all suffering from the same thing. Both of y'all are. So you as the grown up, your daughter back there in the house, and y'all going through the stuff, you gotta fix you. For you could be able to talk to your baby.
You know, what's crazy is what you just said. And yeah, I want y'all to acknowledge that Jordana is grown too. Okay, Jordana's grown too. She's about to be 32. So what you said about the not picking the right men and the men that are coming in your life, that's true, because that was all my life. Why do you think I have the history of the prisoners and this and that and the other, right? And being molested, I believe that was the effect of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did that. That's why I chose these men, and I thought that I couldn't get nobody better, this, that, and the third, right? But you said something else that, damn, I was going to reply to, and now I lost my train of thought. I don't know. You said something about, about your mom and, her passing away. That's what I don't want. I don't want for us to be at odds so much to something may happen to me or something may happen to her, and we in that space. I'm not saying that if something were happen to her, I wouldn't do everything possible, to do the right thing. What I'm saying is, though, I don't want that hatred and that anger in our hearts, to where if something do happen, we feel like, oh damn, I should have said this. Oh damn, I should have said that. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I mean, actually, with my mama, we had talks, but it wasn't talks like I didn't. You know how people be going to dinner and stuff with their mama, and like have having like girly dates and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and Jordana have done it in the past, but it's been a long time. Like I got pictures where we went out for my birthday, you know, we had a good time and stuff, but it's been a long time. And like you said, I do have to acknowledge the things that she's hurting from. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, victim blaming or whatever the hell you call it all the
Right.
time. And you know, it just angers me because some of the stuff when she says it, it be, you know, not fabricated, but it be like shit added to it, so the story don't be all the way right. Now, I'm not saying that some of the stuff that she's saying ain't true, just like the prison story. You watched that video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to beat Trina in a prison and they wouldn't lock me up. There's no way. I have no CPS cases, so if I beat her, where are my CPS cases? That is shit like that. Like I never beat her in no prison. Did I take them to prison? Yeah, of course I did. I married a man in prison. I'm not denying that. But I do understand that that could be hurtful for them because they had to experience that. But then people don't realize that my trauma led me to marry. Caller.
I'm gonna let y'all talk to Nony in a minute. Go ahead.
No, I said because of my trauma, that's why I was marrying a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? So people don't understand that. But you know, it trickles down. And I've always admitted this. I've never denied. I said, you know, I know that there's stuff that I may have done that affected her. I know that. And you know, I want to fix it because it's
Right.
a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Like it's a lot. I don't know if you've ever dealt or ever been in a position where shit just be so heavy and it's so thick and you know that it's so like it's like you know something is going to happen, and I don't want that. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want her to hurt me. I don't want my father to get hurt in the mix. You know how freak accidents can happen, Red? I don't
Yeah.
want that.
But
You
you know
understand?
what? And you're right, Nony. But let me tell you something about this jail story. That's why I told you it might, but if they have led themselves to believe that's the story, you're gonna have to accept it and say, baby, that pain, I didn't want that to happen to you. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be to the point because this is her hurt. You can't stop her hurt in her mind and in her heart. You get what I'm saying? That's her story. Just like my son's story was his story, and I felt that one exactly the way it went, but that's how he interpreted it, and that's how he felt it. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Okay.
And
Right.
I could not dismiss how he felt.
Right.
I had
Okay.
to accept everything of him. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? I had to
Right.
accept it. No matter how much it hurt me and tore me down inside, I had to accept it and say, son, mama never wanted to hurt you. Because it's not who right, wrong, and difference. It's to fix it. You
Right.
understand that?
Yeah. I
It's
got
to
you. I
fix
heard
it.
it.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you
Right.
accept it and say, baby, like I tell my son, it's a lot of things when I raised y'all one right. I was a kid. I was 18 years old I had my son at 20. I was 20 years old, just graduated from high school, joined the military, going with a man that was 5 years older than me. A kid raising a kid. It's a lot of things that I might have not done. It's things that now I'm 40 years old. Like I tell y'all stories when I beat the shit out of my kids, pick my son up by his neck, choking the hell out of him, disciplining him and shit. It's shit that I done at a young age I will not do at 40. You understand that? Because I know
Right.
better. But
Right.
because I know better, do I dismiss this hurt and pain that he have because I didn't know no better? Hell no.
Hold on, Red.
I
Red,
gotta
hold on.
accept that shit.
Red. Red, hold on 1 minute. I came in for the Black and Decker power drill. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Red. Go ahead, Red.
Right. I had to accept the pain that my son was telling me. And I had to, because guess what? I told you I held a lot of pain.
Awesome.
I held a lot of pain with my mama, right? And I caused us to have the relationship we should have had because I